The site we are viewing right now is a locality in Gurgaon, Udyog Vihar. Gurgaon is a satellite city of Delhi located in Haryana. It is a town which has undergone rapid urbanization and industrialization. As evident from our graphical presentation, majority of these workers are migrant laborers coming from Bihar and eastern parts of Uttar Pradesh. Chart shows the residential status. Total number of workers is 3,000. Workers examined were 2,401. The area-wise details of workers' residents indicate that a maximum number of residents are based at the Kapasera, 73% of Krubas and 54% of Gaurav International. A small percentage also come from Dundahera, 13% of Krubas and 21% of Gaurav International. Combined data reveals that 60% of workers live in Kapasera and 19% in Dundahera, which was once a village, now an urbanized town on Gurgaon side of the Gurgaon-Delhi border. One can conclude that community outreach programs need to focus on these areas. Community outreach programs for workers of Krubas and Gaurav International is far less daunting than it could have been if most workers were scattered over large numbers of residential pockets. 30 workers in Krubas and 15 workers in Gaurav International have been identified as part of the GA initiative. Considering that good numbers are below 36 years age, married and living with families, the scope to explore possibility for meeting gaps in educational and health needs of children, adolescents, women, spouses, the training potential of women with a view to address the employment market in and outside factories, and the scope of open school-university linkages for those desiring to better academics to meet requirements for promotion in the garment industry is very broad. Chart shows the workers' original status. Total number of workers analyzed was 2,401. Bihar has 48%, Haryana has 5%, Nepal has 1%, Uttar Pradesh has 39%, West Bengal 4%, others 3%. Like any other industrial area, Udyog Bihar is also an area where industries and workshops are mushrooming at a rapid pace. The migrant workers of these industries are under constant pressure to meet production targets. This is further compounded with their individual drive to earn more within a short span, thus leading to a complete ignorance of their health requirements. However, this affects their productivity in the long run. One knows that a healthy worker is an asset for a company. Keeping this in mind, Global Alliance initiated a project targeting the health needs of the workers in two industries, Gaurav International and Krubas. SNSF was chosen as the implementing agency for this particular task, the organizational hierarchy at the SNSF. Secretary General, Mr. Jagdish Anand, Executive Director, Mrs. Indira Vardarajan, Project Coordinator, Mr. S.K. Tripathi, Medical Officer, Dr. Lata Manjunath, Medical Officer, Dr. A. Vashisht, Medical Officer, Dr. Vasantama, Assistant Project Coordinator, Mr. Vijay Tanwar, Counselors, Ms. Minakshi Acharya and Ms. Nalini Raina. Within the project, the target aim was to reach out to an approximate strength of 3,000 workers in both the factories. The general profile of industrial workers at these factories are gender-wise details, education, mental state. Chart is about gender-wise details. The total number of workers was 3,000. Workers examined were 2,401. Gender-wise details show a male dominance in strength, with 94% of male workers and 6% of female workers. Majority of the female workers are contract workers. It has come to notice that in this factory, labor welfare issues like maternity leave, sitting arrangement for pregnant women are absent. This also points to the number of women employed in the factory because the management probably consider such features as limitations and thus avoid employing women. Lack of proper working condition and benefits depicts a clear sign of discrimination to which serious addressal needs to take place. Chart shows the educational status. The total number of workers is 3,000. The workers examined were 2,401. Nearly half of the workers examined have a minimum 10 to 12 years of schooling, and nearly another half of the workers are either illiterate or have marginal level academic education. With no holdback policy in their primary classes in government schools, the real numerical and literacy skills and abilities of the below 10th class level workers are questionable. For those handling production and managing department, specific production targets in the factory, linkage with National Open School can be tapped for completing 8th, 10th and 12th class academic courses. In situations wherein the workers cannot produce ration cards, voter identity cards or birth certificates, SNSF can facilitate academic linkages. Lack of minimum reading and writing skills makes workers vulnerable to exploitation by contractors, employers, and moneylenders. Where a large majority of such workers are illiterate or are contract workers, the most abused and exploited of all rights are the right to information, equity, and justice. Many workers have been found to have no ESI cards, are forced to comply with overtime requirements of the factory without availing of rest and refreshment breaks. The right to information about physical conditions at workplace, such as maximum permissible levels of noise and dust pollution, and also of minimum light and ventilation facilities, have also been found to be violated. The use of pressure tactics such as abusive language, threats of discharge from work, denial of paid of leave of absence for sickness, and even physical abuse are areas of concern which need to be studied from the perspective of the management as well as the workers. Chart is about marital status. Total number of workers is 3,000. Workers examined 2,401, and the number of married workers are 1,490. Out of the total examined workers, nearly 62% are married, while over one-third of the workers are unmarried and above 18 years of age. Nearly 23% married workers are living away from their families. The crux question is that, are these 58% workers leading a life of forced sexual abstinence? The workers living away from their homes here reside in groups of 3 to 4, sharing rental accommodation. Marital status classified by age clearly indicated that majority of them are between the age group of 18 to 35. Pan, cigarettes, alcohol shops, commercial sex workers, and cheap video chambers dot their crammed living areas. Surrounded with such environment and conditions, this sexually active group of workers is bound to succumb to fall the category of the most high-risk group. Considering this, one needs to address holistic issues of safe sex practices, problem of substance abuse, mental health problems, often attributed unfulfilled sexual urges, low life force, low self-esteem, peer pressure to demonstrate their sexual prowess, etc. The objectives of this project are twofold. Firstly, a complete health screening process of all the workers along with lab investigations. As per this program, a complete medical examination of workers with their lab investigations was done. During these examinations, it came into our notice that these workers were surrounded with certain common diseases. For instance, lack of appetite, sleeplessness, skin problems, mental tensions, and others. Chart shows the disease-wise details. Total number of workers examined is 2,401. The medical conditions prevalent among the workers are of diverse etiology as shown in the graphic presentation. The screening process confirms that acid peptic disorders is the most common complaint, which can be attributed to long working hours with insufficient time for cooking proper meals that compels the workers to take food at canteens and dhabas, which often do not meet hygienic standards, or most often workers go without food for long hours. This, along with their tendency for addiction to alcohol and tobacco, acts as a predisposing factor for acquiring APD. The other major medical problem is of seasonal illnesses, like pyrexia of unknown origin, majority of which is viral fever, and upper and lower respiratory tract infections, which could have a seasonal, allergic, and environmental cause. Patients with history of pulmonary tuberculosis, old and new cases of Pulm-Scotch 4%, was more evident at Gaurav International due to the high degree of suspended air particles, particularly in the finishing unit. The great physical toll that these workers experience during the course of their jobs also manifests in the form of general weakness and anemia. Anemia was also more prevalent among the females than males, and all of them were iron deficiency anemia. Visual complaints of myopia, hypermetropia, and acute eye infections like conjunctivitis were also common, and the timely intervention by Venue Eye Hospital was a much needed input. Surgical problems like hydrocele, anal fissure, and fistula were prevalent, with majority of these workers less informed of their treatable condition, being mismanaged by quacks and often showing apprehensions of their post-operative status, both as regards their physical fitness and the after effects on their work position. Infections of the urinary tract were common among the males due to bad hygiene practices and inadequacies in toilets at workplace. Reproductive tract infections was common among the female workers, with nearly 80% female workers of the total female strength having received symptomatic treatment for RTIs. Other problems such as allergic skin conditions, ENT, and dental problems were also reported. Amongst the miscellaneous conditions, problems such as low backache and other musculoskeletal disorders were most prevalent, mainly due to the complete lack in knowledge on ergonomics at the workplace. In respect to this, the existing process for availing health facilities is as shown. The facilities at workplace were in an abysmal state, where in Gaurav International there was no doctor available until the Global Alliance and the SNSF intervention took place, whereas in Krubos, a lady doctor would visit only once a week, that too on a Sunday. This status depicted a complete non-compliance with the provision mentioned in the Factories Act with reference to the health measures for workers, which says that out of every 500 workers employed in a factory, there needs to be an employed full-time doctor and a nurse. Besides this shortcoming, we discovered few more limiting features. That most often, the ESI dispensaries are not manned adequately, and also full course of medicines are not available and provided for the patients. Also, local civil hospitals, where the individual workers are referred to, are under-equipped to cater to the ever-increasing numbers. SNSF, through its intervention, explored and activated this existing health facility to ensure its delivery maximum consumancy. chart we are about to see is the operational chart of the SNSF and the Global Alliance partnership. Now, we would like to share with you some experiences of our workers. I was suffering from hydrocele for the past 4 years. But when I approached the SNS doctor, during the screening process, my condition was explained to me and surgery was the only available option for complete cure, which I was unaware of. Therefore, I was first referred to civil hospital, from where referral to ESI Basai Dharapur, where I was operated, and now I am okay. I am very happy with the program started with Global Alliance and SNSF, and a lot of information was given in the program. I suffered from severe back pain, because of which the doctor helped me to acquire treatment. I feel these kind of programs should continue forever. It has really helped me to lead a healthy life. I was suffering from anal fissure for the past 4 years. Sought lot of treatment in my village as well as back in the city at private practitioners. However, couldn't recover completely. Thereafter, a doctor from SNSF helped me in taking me to the ESI, from where I was referred to the civil hospital, where I underwent operation and I was cured. Migrant workers living away from their families lead a highly stressful and a living giving rise to several mental health problems. In order to tackle this condition of workers, counseling program was introduced as part of the project, along with which capacity building exercises for peer educators were practiced.
Program was a great success and it was very much beneficial to the workers. I'm so confident about this because during the peer educators training program, we gave the workers a questionnaire, and it was found that almost 100% of the workers stated that they were very much benefited very much by this program, and they stated that this type of program should be held at regular intervals. It is helpful in gaining their confidence. They were able to make their own decisions, and the problem solving skills are improved, stress levels are reduced, and work related problems like absenteeism, carelessness, spreading rumors, these types of problems are also reduced.
This chart shows the status of substance abuse. The total number of workers is 3,000. Workers examined were 2,401. Out of the total workers examined in both the factories, Gaurav International and True Boss, 54% have not adopted the habit of substance abuse. It is a positive status. However, a nearly half of the workers examined as users cannot be ignored. Users were identified more in True Boss than Gaurav International. Tobacco chewing and smoking is reported by 33% of the subjects. At True Boss, incidents of addiction to ganja and heroin came to light. The high incidence of usage reflects their vulnerability to habit-forming substance use. Need for mentoring and youth-friendly counseling services for the young is required. Within the departments also, therapeutic community models can be organized so that preventive measures can be implemented from within department itself, thus focusing on every individual. An aggressive campaign to sensitize workers about the harmful effects of tobacco chewing, alcohol, and other substances, and the dependency producing impact is also recommended.
The counseling program aimed at achieving a sound mental health in the workers. The workers came to the counselors and expressed different problems, which could be mainly grouped as family-related, personal problems, work-related, and various types of addictions. The personal problems manifested themselves as frequent headaches, sleeplessness, poor living conditions, staying away from the family for long periods. The work-related problems were seen as carelessness, leave-taking, poor attendance, absenteeism, carelessness, fighting with the colleagues, and not obeying the supervisors. The family-related problems were seen as poor interpersonal relationships, poor relations between the husband and wife, and problems related to bringing up of children. The addictions were of different kinds, mainly tobacco chewing and smoking. Tobacco chewing, the incidence was very high, and alcoholism was comparatively much lower. Now, various techniques were used to change these behaviors and overcome the problems which the workers faced. The counseling techniques used were mainly self-monitoring checklists given to the workers, storytelling, free talking, role play, biofeedback, using relaxation exercises. All these techniques aimed at helping the worker to see how his own negative behaviors were affecting his day-to-day functioning. And by the end of the counseling sessions, most of them were able to see this, and they could develop positive behaviors in them so that they could lead a better life both at home as well as at workplace.
The second objective of the project was to train peer educators who in turn would reach out to other co-workers, thus creating an enabling environment. 20 peer educators were identified from each unit on the basis of certain set criteria. Within the health program, other medias like street theatre, film shows, and workshops were organized to reach out to the workers and create awareness about HIV/AIDS, leprosy, tuberculosis, etc. Now we'll share some responses of the peer educators formed within the program. We've attempted to spread knowledge about health issues acquired through these sessions in and around our residences. We also acquired knowledge about cleanliness, nutrition, about HIV/AIDS, and also about repercussions of sex determination. The training was really a good exposure which enhanced our knowledge. I also make an attempt to educate other peers, and also I hold sessions to educate various subjects to neighbors and friends. Following the workshops we attended, we gained knowledge about nutritive values of green vegetables, and I attempt to educate people who are not adopting good nutritional habits, and also spread my knowledge to peers, children, at my in-laws' place, and other women of my community. I was diagnosed to be anemic and was given treatment for the same. After attending the peer educators workshop, I gained knowledge of how anemia occurs and how one can prevent it by eating green leafy vegetables. Now, we will throw some light on certain revelations that we discovered during the medical examinations conducted for the workers, which will help us having a deeper insight into the program.
I would like to mention the case of Manju here, who is a contract worker at Gaurav International in the finishing department. When we first interacted with her during the health screening program, she mentioned the problem of her husband having a valvular deformity and awaiting surgery at Safdarjung Hospital. Since the past 4 years, basically because she was not able to arrange 5 units of blood, since she had no one available here to donate the blood. So we took up this case and at a priority basis, and SNS Foundation and GA along with GA was able to arrange the blood for the patient, and I must now admit that the patient has been successfully operated.
It was really a nice experience working with Global Alliance and SNS Foundation. A lot of programs were conducted for workers' benefit, like health checkup for all employees. We were facing a lot of problems. Workers were having problems like tuberculosis, hydrocele. These cases were identified and they were sent for further referral to civil hospitals. Operations were done and workers are happy now. Similarly, eye checkup programs were conducted by Venu Eye Institute, and workers have really benefited from this program. they were distributed free specs, and they came to know what problems they are having. They were sent to further checkup to Venu Eye Institute. And thirdly, peer educator programs which were conducted by SNS Foundation. Workers have got benefit from those programs. Now they have understood the importance of various subjects, and they are imparting trainings to their colleagues and their peers. I feel that these kinds of programs should be regularly conducted, and workers have really benefited. So that's all what I want to share.
Through Global Alliance and SNSF, a welfare program began in our company 6 months ago. By this program, our workers were very much benefited. The health screening program done by the SNSF contributed to the knowledge on health to our workers. In cases of emergency and referral cases, the associate medical team of SNSF Foundation ensured complete follow-up care. SNS Foundation also conducted the peer educators training program, which contributed in improving the work situation within the factory. As part of the health program, SNSF also conducted training workshop on yoga and street shows. The Venu Eye Hospital's contribution towards eye checkup was very useful to our workers. They also provided free spectacles. This project has enabled SNS Foundation to promote advocacy among the existing public health system at Gurgaon. Let us now hear the views of the government medical personnel.
Gurgaon is not only an upcoming town of Haryana but also of the whole country. During the last few years, so many new industrial units have come up in the town, and with fast industrialization, the number of workers has tremendously increased in this city. And with the industrial workers being present in such a huge strength, their problems, including the health problems, are likely to come up before the authorities. I would like to request the industry's owners that they must provide full facilities regarding health to their workers, preferably during their working hours and in the industrial premises itself. From the government sector, the ESI hospitals and the civil hospital is doing an excellent job in providing the health facilities to the workers. The SNS Foundation has done a remarkable job in finding out and identifying the difficulties faced by these workers, particularly the health problems. And I hope all authorities concerned will do their best to solve the health problems of the workers in the most appropriate way. I would also like to thank the SNS Foundation for the help which they have been rendering in all the special polio campaigns and the IPPI rounds for giving 100% immunization to all the needy children of the Gurgaon town and the district during the last few years.
It's so heartening to know that SNS Foundation Gurgaon has selected certain volunteers who are being trained in various health activities, including the DOTS scheme of TB management. I think such volunteers will be of great help in propagating the DOTS program of TB management among the masses. In the past also, volunteers from SNS Foundation have been working among the industrial workers, slum dwellers and the villagers in and around the city of Gurgaon, and they have been giving health education and awareness to them. They keep on bringing many suspected cases of STD and tuberculosis to the district hospital for management. They also get in touch with people who want family planning methods and bring them here for sterilization and other spacing methods. I think other NGOs also should encourage such activities and should continue with such activities for the benefit of the masses.
Our local ESI office is under the state government, has been made for the workers of the factories, and it provides health facilities, like when they have fever or an accident or they are on leave. And the ESI helps them financially through these medical conditions. And if the ESI dispensary does not have the required facility, we refer the patients to the big ESI hospital, which is at Basai Dharapur, New Delhi, where they are fully treated. Here is an ESI card with the information about the employee and the particulars of his family members along with the photograph. Now we will hear about the impact that street plays and yoga have on the workers in the various factories. We have done a lot of shows in Gaurav International on topics like HIV/AIDS and female feticide. There was a huge impact on the workers through these shows. We do these shows in such a way that the worker feels as though he is the character that is being shown, and he realizes the impact and results through these shows. Street plays are a very powerful medium to educate people, and especially these workers. And it has an excellent impact. The workers loved watching these street plays, as a relationship gets formed between the actor and the worker. Very often we see that the workers always sit in one place and in one position. Therefore, they start to experience a lot of joint pain, there is a lot of weakness, their eyes also become quite weak, and they have to face all these problems. Through yoga, we can help them keep their bodies healthy, and it is also very helpful. And as a result, they have good health, which makes the worker happier and healthier, and therefore his work output further improves. We have tried to convince and help these workers to do yoga, which will directly affect their work and will help further improve them.
The Global Alliance SNSF project is definitely a novel project, as it was for the first time a health intervention was planned for the industrial workers at their workplace. Global Alliance was able to identify the two main factories of Gaurav International and Krubos at Gurgaon, who actually volunteered for this program. During the process of the health screening, one got a considerable insight into the problems of the health-related problems of the industrial workers. And a long hours was spent by our health personnel in one-to-one counseling of these workers. One got the impression that these workers were being provided an avenue to vent out their feelings for the very first time. This process of one-to-one counseling, however, enabled us to establish a rapport with these workers, who in turn gave us considerable support to the running of this program. I would now like to mention here, as an outcome of this program, Gaurav International now has a fully equipped medical room with a qualified health doctor during the daytime, and Krubos as a senior health staff who provides health support for these workers at the workplace. SNSF has been successful in providing maximum inputs to these industrial workers in the form of yoga workshops, workshops for anger management, and street plays for awareness generation. Peer educator training program has given considerable confidence to the peer educators, and they are now well equipped to handle issues such as HIV/AIDS, nutrition and development, and personal hygiene. The enthusiasm shown by the peer educators in the learning process has indeed overwhelmed us. At this point, when one sits down to analyze, we can be rest assured that a positive impact has been made in the lives of the industrial workers. The once alien topic of health has actually been introduced to both the workers and the management. We hope the impact generated in the first phase is carried over to the second phase in order to give this program its logical conclusion.
The dissemination of the Global Alliance and the SNSF Partnership Project of 2002 and 2003 was on July 2nd and 3rd, 2003. at the respective factories. There has been an improvement of 20%. If we encourage this program, the interest level will increase and so will the interaction, therefore increasing the learning. Whatever all you have learned so far is only at the grassroots level, and we need to further improve. We are planning to move forward, and I am very thankful to everyone for coming and all the effort that has been put in.
Very thankful to everybody who's gone through this program.
It is a beginning and a very good beginning for the program, and I am sure a lot of people have benefited by at least the awareness about health, the awareness about the diseases, then looking after the cleanliness of your surroundings, the working areas. These are something which is very important to help you maintain good health and also improve the work environment. It is very difficult to say really how much benefit has gone to the workers, but I am sure it's a very good beginning and will continue the effort to ensure that this continues.
This pilot project has provided considerable insight into the health problems of the industrial workers. We hope such initiatives will be taken by all industries in order to provide an enabling environment for the workers to function.